Hello, I'm Angie in the cemetery, and this is Christy. Hi, Christy. And we're here at Ross Cemetery in, technically, Gary, Indiana. So, I'm walking on in. I'm in. And here we go. Look at that. This is one of the older cemeteries in northwest Indiana. It's considered Gary, and it's pretty big. It's a nice size cemetery. And we're going to come across eventually the plots of the Johnson family. They're the first founders of Highland, Indiana. So that family came here from Ohio. They were going to go wagons west to further west. I think they were going to go to Iowa. But they liked Highland so much that they decided to stay and start, just stay and settle. So that's what they decided to do. He was a huntsman and gatherer. She was a teacher. And Johnston's school is actually named after her because after more people came to Highland to settle with them, they needed a school, and she was a teacher, so that's what she did. She was the first school teacher. Here we have the last name Dulfhet, which is part of that Johnston family line. And that family is still in Highland to this very day. This is Mary Ann Dulfhet. She died in 1996. You see the picture on there? That is the old landscaping store, Mary Ann's Garden Center, that was on Ridge Road and Grace Street. Now it's a CVS, but for a long time it was the Garden Center. I had a friend that worked there. And for a long time he went and got our plants and whatnot over there. So now we're coming onto the Johnston family plot. We got Michael Johnston, who was born in 1882, died in 1905, and we got Judith Johnson, which was the first teacher. She was born in 1927 and died in 1906. They had 4 kids, one being Roderick. He met an untimely end at the age of 37. They had 4 children altogether. But, they were the founding family of Highland, Indiana. This is John Johnson and Anna. I don't think they're of any relation. He was born in Sweden. But I think their son Roderick is buried here too. I'm not seeing his grave, but here's another family plot. I don't know, girl, can you read that?
Not very well.
It says the other one is like grandmother or something. This is Morton. Morton was Judith Johnson's brother. Morton High School is named after him. In Hammond, in Hessville, Hammond. So the Mortons were Judith Johnson's sibling. I did not know that until I read about them. And this is, I can't read it. I can't read this.
It's very hard to see.
Yeah, it's like,
You can't, it just says died. Looks like it says January something, 1806 or something.
wow, 1806. This is so old. I mean, only the bottom of it remains.
It's either 1806 or 1886 or something. It's really hard to see.
We've got an old one here, 1883. And the famed Reeder Road is here too. The scary Reeder Road that everybody says is haunted as hell. But I guess the story goes that a woman died in a car crash on her way home from a party. Her boyfriend was thrown from the car. She died on impact. And she's supposedly buried here, even though historians say that no Elizabeth Wilson is buried here. So I guess there was a story where a guy was driving his car. He picked up a woman that needed a ride. She was cold and balmy, and he let her out of the car when she said to let him out, to let her out, and I guess she disappeared. And I guess he loaned her a jacket because she said she was cold. And I guess the jacket was on this grave of hers, even though no one was able to find her grave here. But historians say there was no Elizabeth Wilson, that was supposedly the name of the woman that died. I guess there's no one here by that name buried here, so I guess it's an urban legend. Got some grass clippings.
Don't put me on camera.
Carol Jean Kodiaker, 1983. This in 1982. These are more recent. Should have brought a broom with me or something to clean them off.
That's an old one. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I can't read anything on there.
I think that's lichen that grows on the side of that grows on those.
Oh.
And it's very hard to take off. But if you do, it just takes off all of the writing. You know, there's really nothing left. You know, it just erodes when you try to clean them. And it does more harm than good. Oh, here's some old ones with some very interesting 3 rings on that. I've never seen that with the 3 rings. Can't make out the name.
Too faded.
Hall. Looks like Hall. Can't even see the date. Looks like 1888, but I'm not sure. Got this one over here. My friend is very empathic. She could usually pick up on some things. Are you picking up on any weird energy here, girl?
Not really. I don't get any bad energy. What about you?
I feel like we're being watched. But that can be anything.
There's a squirrel watching in the tree right now. No, I don't feel like it's really bad energy is here or anything. It's definitely got an eerie feeling.
Yeah, it's eerie because it's old.
It's older, but it's kind of got a cool thing going. I don't know. It just...
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the oldest cemeteries in the area. I mean, the settlers of Highland are here. You know, Morton, you know, the Hessville, the brother and sister of Judith Johnson, I guess they settled in the Hessville area. And, you know, that's Morton High School that's named after them. They settled in that area. I mean, you know, you got some pretty old names. You got settlers here that are buried here. So, yeah, this is a very old cemetery for this area, for when it was settled. I think Highland was settled in 1847. So, yeah, you got a lot of old graves here. If this was the place where they were taking their dead, then at the time, it's going to be old. Boothstone. Ooh. Here's an old one right here. I gotta take off my sunglasses because I can't exactly see.
Let's see if I can.
With my sunglasses on. It's hard to see the screen. I can't make it out.
No, it's.
Maybe it's easier on film, but I can't see it because of the sun. See if there's anything on the back of it. I don't see anything on the back of it.
Why did get it?
Supposedly Reader Road is covered up by like grass and trees. We can visit it.
There's some old ones over there also.
Ooh. This is 1908. Hazel Anna Nimitz. Oh, this is a baby, like a year old. 1907 and 1908. This was probably a grave. Martha Hayward.
Hayward, yeah, because there's a big Hayward stump over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. This is a family plot then. Hayward.
It looks
Can't.
like maybe 1932 or 1832. I can't.
Something like that. Yeah, this is 1822 right here. Emily.
Oh, this person.
Wow.
1911.
Amelia. Ooh. Sorry about that. There's stuff flying in my face. Here's the family marker. Hayward. Got the sun here. 1953, 1969. He didn't live very long. We got Thomas, the Haywards. I think I went to school with a Hayward. We got Nimitz and McNamara. Over here, all names that are familiar in Highland and like the surrounding area. Yeah, Nimitz. Lester died in 86. Beatrice, 1995. And we got an old stone wall right here. An old fence.
There's like a lake or something behind there.
Yeah. Mowry. Those are more recent. McNamara, this is more recent. Yeah, you said there was a lake. Which I am sure would have been very peaceful. We have Simpson. We have a veteran right here, Percy L. Simpson, PFC 163rd Depot Brigade, World War I. Wow, that's cool. Some of my other videos I have at the Zion Evangelical one. There is a he was in the American Revolutionary War, a veteran from there, which is pretty cool. Jackson. All these are kind of fairly more recent. I haven't seen a Wilson yet, have you?
Mm-mm.
And she would have died, like, if the story was true, she would have died somewhere in the 20s, 40s, 20s, you know, something along those lines. And they say, the people who've actually done research say that they haven't found anybody by that name. Another veteran here. He was in World War II. James Nix.
Some newer headstones.
These people Yeah, they're remembered. The Russells. And those people back there. Bain. I like seeing the ones that have been taken care of. No one should be forgotten. Another veteran, World War II. Tech 4, U.S. Army. You got Schaefer over here. David Schaefer.
Recent.
Van Bysum.
David just passed away in 2019. That's
Yeah.
probably the newest one I've seen here.
Yeah.
Looks like they still
Sumner.
have room for some more plots.
Yeah, they do. Looks like they do. If you want to be buried here, I guess you still can be. Yeah, there's a lot of room. Look at that. We got another veteran here, Stanley Cummings. He died in 2010. U.S. Navy. Doesn't say which war he was in. Judging by the years, I would say probably, Vietnam, probably.
Probably,
Yeah.
Korea or Vietnam.
We got Harold here. I can't tell. Yeah. His little truck was...
Korea.
Oh, here we go. Maybe the other guy was in Korea too. We've got Harold Cummings. He died in 2017. U.S. Navy. We got the Eric's plot here. Yeah, look at all that. And I think Reeder Road was somewhere along there. We can take a walk after we've looked at some of the graves. Might as well, we're here. There's been plenty of people that have done videos on Reeder Road, and they've done O'Prisco. That's close to Parasco. That's my last name, if anyone's wondering. Yeah, I see an old stone. The old stone's there. Yeah, this definitely has an eerie feeling. What?
Look at the back of those headstones. It looks like it's saying a few. I'm sure it means something.
IFU. Is that actually somebody's last name?
Don't know.
We will find out. We walk there shortly. I know there was a few guys that did a quick walk through, but in my opinion, they were kind of like, "Oh, dude, blah blah, bro." Yeah, they didn't really focus on anybody here, which is what I was hoping for.
You found out a good amount of history on those people from Highland.
Yeah, yeah, it's like I was like so happy to see where they were buried because I was always curious. Because there's an older cemetery in Highland on a hill on Kleinman, but they weren't there. And I always wondered where they were. And I did a little bit of research and found out they were buried here. So I thought I would check it out and read more about them and what they did. I went to Johnston School. I lived right down the street from Johnston School when I grew up, and that's where I went. That's where my sister went. Vandertuck.
The squirrel was watching and just jumped from that street.
Let's go see the FUs, FYUs.
Yeah, that'd be a cool enough name to have. Like,
I know, right? FU, butthole. 1978 Anderson. There's quite a few like more recent grades here. So there's the really old ones in front, which the older ones are usually in front. Anyway, what does that say?
1939.
I can't make out the name. I cannot make out the name. It might come out on the video though.
Quicken or something?
Huh. Yeah, this one's super old. You can't tell who's buried here. Let's see. IFU. Pardon me. Douglas on IFU. IFU.
Douglas
Wow.
IFU.
2019. We got 51, 94, 2015. Yeah, some more very recent stones here. There's the Burke. Looks like this. There's a lot of people buried along this line right here. A lot of plants. Sloan. I went to school with Sloans. They were seniors when I was a freshman. They were twins. Sloan twins. Danvich. Got one lone one over here. Gustav Anderson. Gustav. Sorry, girl. Got a lone cross here.
Funny, Amy Anderson. That
Yeah.
they were in Cal Township. I wonder if it's already a relative.
Might be. Ask her. See, we got Beulah Stanford, Miller and Nahart, 1912 to 1956. I wonder if that was just a place for flowers, or if it was some kind of drainage, or maybe, I don't know, a vent. I don't know why they would vent an underground one.
Somebody might have
Might just be for flowers.
here or something like that.
Yeah, like I saw an underground vent once, and it was definitely a vent, and I was like, what? Here's a cool one with a flower pot. Can't make out. My grandma had this type of flower pot in her yard for the longest time. Her flowers. The grave must have been very long ago, maybe fallen down or whatnot. We got, was that wood?
Yeah, it looks like wood.
Maybe got two couples here. Mother and a father. 1963. They were born in 1880s. So they were probably one of the settlers here as well. And these must be the children. 1900 and 1856. Died in the 30s. Oh. Can't even tell what this one is. Yeah. We're knocked down. Look at that.
It looks like it.
The last name on it is Extant. Look at that. That's stone. I'm not even going to try to lift that up. That would be way heavy. Need something like a forklift or something to pick that up. Henry Klein, another veteran, World War II, U.S. Navy. Mother Cray, 1920. Jameson, Robert Jameson, died in 1907. Isabella, his wife, died in 1924. We got stones here as well. Let's see. Yeah, it just says mother on it. I mean, they obviously come and cut the grass and stuff, but yeah, like a lot of ant hills. Look at that. Ew!
Yeah.
Don't step on that.
Ant hills and snake hole.
Yeah. Whew. Sorry, if I think something big landed on me, I will scream like a little girl. It's just what I do. Because I don't like bugs of any kind. That's just me. Yeah, snake holes. Yep. We've got Stonebaker, more Dothets, more family from the Johnsons. Robert died in 1904. I think that might be like, yeah, someone their daughter might have married or something. So I know that is a family name from descendants of the Johnsons. Jansen. It's like the Jansen family plot. And baby Charles in 1904. They might be the owners of Jansen's Landscaping. We got Todd's, Ralston, and okay, there's like big ants on that. Some big ants there. I'm not going to move that. Unce. We got Robertson. Girl, you're trying to avoid my camera, aren't you? Gotcha.
Don't put me on.
Gotcha. We got a lamb here. Got a child. The name has long since worn. Maybe there was a picture there at one time. Oh, that sucks. Bothwell family plot. Robertson. Went to school with a Robertson. Mary Domina, I don't know. Newcomb. I did have the roster for the people buried here. No Elizabeth Wilson, but I had it. It's sitting in one of my boxes at work. So, yeah, a lot of good that does me right now. But information on the Johnsons is available online. I could post the link on the comments because I don't know how to edit. I do not know how to edit on these things, so you know, it's a raw walkthrough video. It's what it is. It's what it's going to be. Nicholson. Mother Mary Nicholson, 1944. Got quite a few Nicholsons here. Father died in 1923. Emery Nicholson. Let's see, where are these ones up front here? We got a couple of like little ones that have worn down. More Nicholsons. Reverend George Nicholson, born at West Mill Creek, Erie Cove, Pennsylvania, in 1817, died at Hammond, Indiana, in 1894. Huh, he would be someone to look up. Henry Baker. More Bakers. Yeah, my grandparents came to Highland. They bought a house in 1950. I want to say 55 or something when that house was built. My mother was an infant when she moved in that house. And I lived in Highland since I was 1 year old. So I lived there most of my life. Christensen. My dad knew a Christensen that owned Christensen Chevrolet. He recently died not too long ago. My dad was so upset because he was a close friend of his. They had model train interests that they shared. Dutton. They have a nice little plaque up there. Ooh, it is getting hot.
Yeah.
I'm getting hot. I'm glad I wore white. Girl, you got on some dark ass clothes. Vandertuck. Those are more recent. Jansen. More Jansens. Let's see. Front here. Woo! Okay. Mother Inkler. Good. Last name Good. I went to school with a good son. Yeah, the Dutton family plots right here. Turpin. Yeah, again, we're at Ross Cemetery in Gary, Indiana. It's not the scary Gary part. It's like the unincorporatedness of Gary. More Vandertucks. We got another Johnson here of recent.
It's toasty.
Oh yeah, it is hot. It is too hot to trot.